There we go.
There we go. Hello, everybody. We are live, and it's another Monday, and Nancy and I are back for another Divine Feminine Monday, where we love to share and talk about the Divine Feminine that's in everybody. And we have a couple people already in chat. Hello, Allison. Allison is with us, and she just had a birthday. So happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
belated birthday, Aries girl. And then we have Lynn. Hello, Lynn. And there's Moira. Here's our gang coming in. So everyone will be popping in. Let's see. So Allison's going to be in, okay, moderator for a bit. Yeah, we had a bit of a a thing on Friday night. Somebody wanted to know. I had to take care of the troll, but somebody in chat, wanted to know. Ooh,
You,
Allison,
you
are you
have a
sleeping?
channel hasn't made it unless you have a troll. I mean,
I'm starting to get them.
you
So,
kind of it's kind of like, oh, I've
like a
arrived.
badge of honor.
Troll. And they hate it when you welcome them.
Yeah. So yeah, we had somebody who wanted, know her feet were bare and stuff, and Carol and Peter and I are all laughing and going, "Ooh, someone got a foot fetish."
Oh my goodness.
They wouldn't like my feet, let me tell you. Hello, Shazad, welcome, welcome, welcome. Heather, your hair is so cute. Yeah, needed to do something, and it's warm here today. Oh, I'm like on my way to Oz. Oh no, 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 no! Don't say that. And there's Allison about the foot comment. Ew. Believe me, I've seen some. I've had a couple of trolls in the past last year that were just. I look at it and I'm like, oh God, and I won't even give them power and say what they said. But Allison, honey, you got off easily on that one compared to what I got hit with a couple times. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. How was your weekend, Nancy?
It was nice and quiet. It was really a good weekend. Yes.
Ours was quiet. We think that tenant might have actually, knock on wood, gotten himself some help, and it's been relatively peaceful, except for the regular bang bang boom boom kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
um, it's no being waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning or at 11:30 at night or anything. So it's been nice, and we've had beautiful weather today. Finally, it was so crazy. We had like 2 inches of, excuse me, we had 2 inches of snow on Saturday, and it's just like, okay, here we go. And then, yesterday was 45, and then today we almost hit 60, and the sun's out. The sky was blue, so it's just crazy. 30 degrees, 55 degrees.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
Yeah. And oh, Shazad is in Houston, and he says he's got some rain in Houston. And Allison said, yep, they hit his 60 here in Michigan. I think more inland got hit with the 60. We were more like at around 57, 58. But for me, what's a couple degrees? That's still just rounded off to the next number. So, and hello, music. It's been a while. All totally normal. Yep, at least for our part of the woods. Though you can notice that Mother Earth is changing.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was watching a program with Shan, and they said that, well, yes, it is humans, you know, are having a part in the warming. What people don't realize is that the Earth has gone through these changes itself over, the millions of years, which gave us, you know, areas in the world which are now, deserts. They were rainforests. And we watched a video on how the Great Lakes were made and how that ice sheet carved back and forth and dragged the
Mhm.
stones and made the lakes and everything. So, um, yeah, the earth goes through her changes too, just like us women do. We all go through those changes of life.
You know what amazed me was during the pandemic when things were
Hmm.
really locked down, how things changed.
How everything came out. Yep.
Yeah. I
Animals, the growth. Hmm.
yeah, it was beautiful. The air quality was perfect, where we are, and um it just shows what we do. You know, I mean,
Kind of miss it.
we're just
Hmm.
living our life, you know, but uh
Yeah, it showed what kind of impact humans have
yes,
on the
yes.
planet.
Uh-huh.
It really does.
Yeah.
Um, Driving and watching. Oh, Shazad, make sure you keep your eyes on the
Yeah.
road, unless you're the passenger, you know. But if you know, make sure you keep on your eyes on the road. Allison said they got 5 inches of snow, so we got lucky. Buffalo might have got a few more. I don't know. We're up a little bit further. I mean, I'm still considering myself
We have
Buffalo,
only
but
had one snow here, and it was maybe an inch. It's the first
yeah.
time we've never had like a significant snow. Now years ago it was snow all the time here in the mountains, but
Yeah,
not anymore. Not anymore.
it's changing. And Moira, you too. Oh, you're listening. Okay, you
Okay.
listen. Still pay attention to the roads. I'm seeing way too many people. I used to love to just drive. That was my release, my relaxation. Put some
Mm.
music on, drive to a nice place, chill. And now it's just like trying to get from point A to point B, people swerving because they're in their phones, or people now, you have to roll up your windows because people are, smoking their weed while they're driving, or their passengers are, and their windows are down and it's coming into your car. And so now you got to close up your windows because you
Well,
want
and
to,
everybody
it's
is in
just
such a
crazy.
hurry.
And in a hurry, yes.
You know.
People, really, you need to take a chance to do a 45, not a 45, a 50, 55 on a 40. You really got to be somewhere that fast. I'm sorry, a ticket's not worth it. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. So we had the full moon this morning
Yes, we did.
at 3 a.m.
I
and I took,
slept right through it.
me too. But I had something very interesting happen though when I woke up this morning. Now, a lot of times when I dream and there's people in my dreams, I typically don't remember faces because either I can't see them or there's so many dreams, you know. But
Mhm.
I woke up this morning seeing a picture of a man's face. And I know if I ever saw that picture, I would say, that's him. It was that
Mm.
clear that I could see this person's face. And it was weird because I don't know if I was doing a reading because I remember there being cards, near this picture or around, so it was weird, but yeah, that rarely ever happens to me. And
Mhm.
Nancy, you just had a download, you were saying, on your show last night, right? Or the night before?
I did. Yeah, last night. Yeah.
Um, Music, what did he look like? Well, now it's just the face. So from what I can remember, it's so hard to describe. Um, for me, it almost felt like he had a little bit maybe of either a light skinned Arabic, or this could very well have been maybe like a light skinned Latino. Um, just, the sharp, the angles, sharp angles, the eyes, the smile. It's so hard to describe. It's like, I just know,
Hmm.
especially with the eyes.
Yeah.
And he was smiling. It was kind of like someone had taken a picture, and it was just kind of like, and you could just, yeah, it's kind of hard to describe, but I know that if I saw that exact picture, I probably would know, hey, wait a minute, that's him, you know. Um,
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, Heather.
Me too, because like I said, that's rare. The only time that I remember something like that was in my late 20s when I met my mom's twin, my uncle Teddy, in spirit because he died the day after him and my mom were born. He didn't survive. He survived one day after him being born, and just going into the dream and seeing the goatee and the sandy brown hair and just the turtleneck and hey Heather, like, who are you? It's Uncle Teddy. Oh, okay, like duh. And like I said, but it's rare that I will dream of somebody,
Hmm.
unless I know them, they've been in my life. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And Nancy picked up on Amanda, Twisted Sushi, having her first child. It was going to be a girl, so you picked up on that, and that came true. before you even knew.
Yeah, well, I didn't share that in the chat because she had put it in the chat. No, what I mean is she
Oh,
put,
okay. I just like,
but I knew
oops.
it before when they were talking about a boy, and it just it was very enlightening to me. It really was. I was really blessed by that reading. I truly was. Yeah.
It's beautiful. My mom was really good at predicting children's births.
Hmm.
She was rare. It was rare that she was ever wrong.
Hmm.
And I guess so. We had a lunar eclipse too this morning, but it was something called a penumbral, and it's actually number 3 of 6 that we're having, starting from last year to 2025. And Allison, you'll find this interesting because you know me, I don't do astrology very well,
Oh, I
but
don't
it
either.
said it's 3 of 6 along the Aries dash Libra axes. So she knows
Okay,
astrology.
you've lost me.
Yeah. But I just thought I would share that. And
I'm pitiful, and you know what I think it is. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about it to even
mhm,
know. But I am not good with math.
me neither.
The light has never gone on with math with me. And I think astrology is kind of has a lot of math in it, doesn't it?
It does. Everything
So
does. The
that's
universe.
that's my excuse.
I know you're not an astrologer, but Allison, when she does her reading, she can always kind of look at the cards and say, I know I'm feeling Capricorn energy. That when I start hearing that, I just kind of like glaze over. So
Yeah,
Allison, you got one up on me, and you
yeah,
know,
that's wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful, Allison. But I just, not me.
Eclipses bounce between opposing signs. Thank you, Moira. And
Hmm.
this moon is, oops, jeez, I just knocked everything over. Well, at least I remember it was only a couple of words, but for this full moon, they're talking about relationships, love, especially love of oneself, and learning how to deal with your polarities, balancing and acknowledging your polarities, kind of like your temperance card, you know, doing the balance.
Yeah.
Um, your biggest weakness. What's your biggest weakness? Oh, the astrology. I think that's what she meant. She said.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see. Just making sure. I don't know, Myra. Maybe it's somebody that we do. Maybe it'd be cool if we all saw the same man. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yesterday I got to see the new Ghostbusters movie. That was so much fun. A lot of it was updated for the young crowd, but it was so funny seeing one of the Ghostbusters say on his video for his video channel, he goes, "That's right. Remember to like, subscribe." And I'm sitting there, I'm laughing, but it was nice to see most of the gang. Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis were not in there, but the other guys were. Annie Potts
Oh,
showed up for the
she's
movie.
amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, and it was so cool. They didn't have them on for very long, but they all had their packs on, and they're all together with the newer generation, and it was fun. I loved it. Um, Hi, Astri. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Yes, I will. I will add. Um, so yeah, usually on Mondays. Well, we were going to actually talk about maybe a moon goddess. So I was looking up for the full moon goddess. We have, of course, Celine. She is the considered a goddess of the full moon. We have Diana, the huntress, and her Roman counterpart, Artemis, which I just love her with her greyhound, because my one doggy rescue had greyhound or whippet, and in her, the huntress, the full moon. You think of wolves howling at the moon. It's actually not them howling at the moon. They say a lot of times when you hear them howling during the full moon, is that it helps kind of alert others to where each other are, and so they'll howl to kind of, yeah. So, but yeah, do you have any favorite full moon goddesses, Nancy?
I really don't.
Okay, they're all connected to the moon in some fact. Whoops, what am I
Yes.
doing? Yeah, let me take stuff. Yeah, I almost took myself out of the show. We don't want to do that.
Oh no, no, no.
Nancy, go ahead. You got the reins. I'm just gonna kick
Oh
back.
goodness.
um, but yeah, Maiden Mother Crone. I think Carolyn is considered the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, she is all three, but I know she reflects. She's also crone. A lot of
Right.
people don't realize that each of our goddesses, even if they're as we know them in a crone aspect,
Mm-hmm.
we're all part of the maiden, mother, and crone, all the
Yeah.
cycles, because
Yes.
we energetically can move through those at any time in our life. Nancy tomorrow could wake up and going, "Whoo, I'm in maiden energy today," or I'm going through a maiden,
Mm-hmm.
or me, I'll wake up and go, "Oh my God," you know, and sometimes I'll be like, "I'm mother energy today. Why do I feel like I'm mother energy? Oh, because I got to mother this person." You know what I mean? So we all, go through, and I knew a girl in college, in her 20s, and she was definitely crone. She was sage because she had had so many past lives. And Hecate, yes, Moira. I actually had pulled out my goddess book, so I guess Hecate really did want to come out today. Thank you for doing that. She was like, "I want my story to be." I don't have the card. Let me find her card. But
Well, I
Hecate,
think all of the goddesses have something to teach us,
definitely.
you know.
Is
And
there any?
I suppose, like what you said is they all are involved with the moon.
Mhm,
Because when you look at images of them, many times the moon is there, you know.
mhm. And then when she isn't, she's in her dark. I call her my dark moon Lilith
Mhm.
phase. The guys where she takes you back into the womb, and you're being healed, and like
Mhm.
Isis in this deck being rebirth. She's also considered a full moon.
Mhm.
There's Isis. I want to put the picture here for Hecate. Um, Here we go. And I know some people have some issues with the deck, and I get it because a lot of it's they're like, well, all those women goddesses look like they're supermodels. Yeah, well, we all look and want to present how we energetically feel and want to see. And this is the Hecate in this deck. She's beautiful. She's known as the in between on this one because she is the goddess of the crossroads. Um, and for Moira, it says here. Um, well, Moira, would you like the empowerment? See that this would be like the first read. Moira, would you like an empowerment message from Hecate, or would you like an alignment message from Hecate? And Astri, I do not do astrology, my dear, so I would not be able to answer this question. However, Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot, she knows astrology and Western and Vedic. She's mostly fluent in the Vedic. We have Colleen, the Cool Crone. She's really good with astrology. So is Valerie, Illumination Portal. And I think Diana Bowles, oil painter, I think she's pretty well versed
Mhm.
in astrology. So alignment. Okay, so Moira, for you today, and this at the bottom. I'll read bits of the others, but this jumped right out. Don't be afraid to step into the dark. And it's interesting because this full moon is about polarities, and that's light and dark, and not being afraid of allowing the light of the moon to reflect into areas where you feel darkness. And this is not like negative energy or negative entity energy darkness, but just going within the darkness of who we are, our soul, where we come from, the shadow self, where sometimes we hide traumas, or we and not just hiding traumas, but where we go into sleep, when we sleep, that's when our bodies heal, that's when our bodies repair. So the dark is so important. We can't have the dark without the light. But the goddess Hecate offers you a sacred alignment task. Make a move. It doesn't matter if you stumble or fall. After all, you can always course correct. Bring love to the part of you that is afraid and that has lost faith. Remember, you are not alone, as the goddess Hecate will not abandon you in the dark, nor will you remain there for long. Consider it as you move forward through life the sacred challenge of trusting the magic. Well, the sacred challenge of trusting the magic that makes this world and your part in it sing with meaning. That's beautiful. I love that. And it says here too, there are times when you feel stuck between worlds, unable to go back to the way things were and afraid to move forward. Um, this is when you call on her. The indecision can be crippling, it's paralyzing for me. I totally get that, but you can't stay forever in the in between. So when you're at that crossroads, I don't know if you are a follower of Hecate, if she is your patron goddess, and your rituals are surrounded around her. But of course, finding a crossroads, leaving an offering to the spirits of that area up to her. And if you feel like you're stuck with that in between, then just maybe asking her, give me guidance. I see where she. Oh no, Care Bear. She lost her cat Julie. She
Oh,
not lost, but she can't find her. Oh no, Karen. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Okay, everybody, Julie, Kitty, tell her to go back home to mommy. Help her or have somebody help her find her way, Karen to Julie. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Oh
mm.
my goodness, I'm a fur mama, so I totally get that. Oh boy. Diana is an astrologer. Okay. So yeah, Astrid, there's a lot of people in our community. Um, Was there anything that you pulled for Moira for her brain up Hecate, or I don't want
Well,
to
I
keep
didn't.
asking you?
I was just looking through my goddess deck, and one of the things that I thought was very, very interesting is I was not familiar with this particular goddess. Or well, it's
Hi Jay.
no, it's Sappho, Sapp.
Oh, Sappho.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it says the poetess, and
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yep.
thinking of you. And it says, well, I love what it says because we're talking about the divine feminine. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely.
Yes. Sappho is what was I think one of the very first mention of a lesbian in history. She had her own order. I think it was the
Uh-huh.
Sapphic. I could be wrong, but I did know that she was very
Mm-hmm.
much with poetry and teaching women to love their bodies, love themselves, and just a very sensual,
Mm-hmm.
goddess. And Astri, speaking of the girl herself, this is Alice, and this is Allison. This is Michelle Marie. I saw the
Hi,
A
Michelle
astrological.
Marie.
So that would be a question for this lady right here. Her channel, she's got links to her videos too. And if you need readings or astro mapping, she helped me with a little bit of astro mapping as well. Michelle here is one of your go-to girls.
Yes.
And well, I don't
All that
know.
she knows boggles the mind.
Yes, it's like she's channel. It's like for listening
Yes.
to her do her Vedic. It's like because it's a different language and she speaks it so fluently, it feels so much like a light language for Michelle because it's
Mm-hmm.
not her native language. And so when she speaks the mantras and the chants and the affirmations and the prayers in Hindu, it just blows my mind. It's just like it comes out like a light language. It's really lovely.
I'm just getting
Um,
shivers thinking about it.
Me too. Hello, Fatima. And Rossi, yes, you may have a goddess reading. And Jay, Majestic Oracle, stopped by to say hi. Um, okay, I missed your reading with Mark. So she had a reading with Mark, the animal whisperer. So hopefully Mark gave you some good news, sweetheart. Um, and Morris says, I keep getting this message to not be afraid. Beautiful. Yeah, Karen, I'm so sorry, honey. Um, Alrighty. So, was there anything else, Nancy, you wanted to share? Oh, you wrote that beautiful haiku. Did you want to share that?
Oh, I was watching Heather last night, and they were using the moon as inspiration for haiku poems. And I I put pen to paper and came up with this. Full moon looming, light bathes my soul and whispers, embrace my magic.
That is beautiful. Wait till Ramon hears that, because Ramon loves haiku, and he just did the whole major arcana in
Oh, I
haiku.
know. I sent it to him and I said, Ramon, is this right?
Yep,
Did I get
five
it
seven
right?
five.
Yeah. So
And it's not
he's
easy, but
precious, isn't
he,
he?
oh my goodness, he is. He's
Yeah.
a breath of fresh air
Yeah.
in our community. He really
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Oh, and I was wondering, it kept going, everyone saying hi, Jeff. I'm like, I didn't see Jeff. There's Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Yep, I was Jeff.
Did
Uh
he snuck in, huh?
yes, Jeff, you and I and Karen inspired Nancy to write haiku
Yes.
last night. So that's awesome.
Yes.
Nancy might have to join us for a poetry then some night and share some of her haiku. And Karen said it flows so well. It flowed very well.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. I mean, the
Astrid,
moon
thank you.
is so inspiring, right?
Mm-hmm. She sure is. For me, I love the full moon, but I really love when I start seeing the crescent. The crescents give me that chill, like, oop,
Oh,
you
yes.
know. And I just love the points. Like I just want to be able to put them on my forehead or wear them on you know what I mean? I just love the crescent moons. They're so beautiful. Um, I used to have a pendant. I lost it. I bought it when I was working at that store, and it was sterling silver. It was a triple moon, and the full moon was a rainbow moonstone.
Oh,
And I lost it between moving from Arizona to New Hampshire. So
oh.
yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Somebody else was supposed to have it probably and find
Yeah.
it. So all righty. So Astrid would like to have a message from the divine feminine. Oh, and I have multiple decks here, and I'm looking at which one is going to call to me. And Astrid, just so we know moving forward, if you don't mind, and you don't have to if you don't want to share, your pronouns. I don't know if you're he, she, what you would like to be addressed. I don't want to assume. Um, and Astrid says, yes, I'm here, all ready for it. She. Okay. Thank you, Astrid. Oh yes, Michelle. I totally did. It just went over my head, but yes, it's Lord Ganesh. So I know how much you love Lord Ganesh. So that's wonderful. Hmm. Are you ready, Nancy, or do you want me to go?
Oh, you please go.
Okay. So Astrid, from my collector and read deck, I got the word Lord, which is communication, praise, and also the negative. If this were to come in a reverse, which I don't do reversals, would be dishonesty. But um, there's no dishonesty here with this other beautiful card that I have. It's from the Healing Heart Oracle. And look at that's beautiful. And it's called Hungry Heart. And it's awaken the true son of your heart. And so for me, this could be a relationship with the communication and the praise. I don't know if you're communicating with somebody new that feels like is opening your heart again. That's kind of answering in an inner calling for yourself, or this could be you working on bringing together your male and female aspects, honoring more maybe the divine feminine, and learning communication with your higher self, with what your heart wants. Um, and because a lot of times, like with the Lovers card, it doesn't necessarily mean it's an intimate relationship. This could be relationships with other people, friends, family, but a lot of times also with ourselves. And you know what? I am just going to pull just another quick card just to get, and I'll pull from the other Colette Baron Reed deck, and let's just see if we can maybe focus and narrow this one down here. Denial. Okay, so I got the denial card. So it feels like maybe for a while you've been denying yourself um, loving relationships, very fulfilling relationships. There may have been, communication in the past, or maybe this is the dishonesty that came from a past relationship. And you're learning how to bring those halves of yourself together and learning how to establish that self love within yourself. Because it says here, awaken the true song of your heart. So listen to your heart again, making sure you have your healthy boundaries up, but just moving forward, listening to what your heart wants and following that heart. And also no longer denying yourself the love and companionship from friends, family, an intimate partner, or even denying your inner needs for what you need for yourself, for your self love and for your healing and for your connection. Um, so that's what I'm getting for you. Let's see. I am in no contact with someone. I am in no contact with someone I love so very much, but we seem to get nowhere. So I am working in laying relationships that are takers. You're a giver. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the fire and the ice, that's beautiful. Totally denying the true, yeah. But remember, before relationships, we really need to have that one with ourselves where, we're talking to ourselves, we're communicating and praising ourselves. And I love how he's like with this book, you have to keep a journal, writing down daily affirmations of how much I love myself. I am worthy. I am enough. Beautiful affirmations. And with your Lord Ganesh, and I know that he's supposed to be a God of wisdom, of compassion, of abundance, of prosperity, and no longer denying yourself that love that you crave, especially that for yourself. So I'm going to give it over to Nancy and see
Um,
what she has to say.
yes, I have three cards for you. And the first one is Caradwen, and it's acceptance, the cycle of life. And this is in her crone stage. And if you look, you'll see the little crescent moons that are on her cauldron and also in the sky. And she's embracing her cauldron of life, and there's a hare jumping over it. The second card I got for you is the card of spark. And this is the spark of the divine feminine that is
Ooh.
within all of us. And we all need, and you need to encourage the spark to grow, um, to accept exactly who we are and love every particle of our being. And sometimes this is really hard because we're very critical of ourselves, and we need to truly love ourselves.
Mm.
And that just gets us so far along the road to growing and being able to love others. Now, the third card that I got is the card, which I thought was interesting because of the full moon, is the card of moon lore. And it says the ebb and the flow. And you see, she's resting and she's dreaming. But the thing that I thought was very, very interesting is both of these cards have
Mm-hmm.
hairs in them. And the hair signifies new beginnings. And it also signifies the power of three, which is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And these are all parts of the divine feminine. And you need to embrace all the parts, because like what Heather was saying is someday you wake up and you feel like you're the maiden or the mother and the crone. I am here to tell you that the crone phase of life is absolutely wonderful. So that's something to look forward to. and celebrate.
That's beautiful. And she says, totally resonates for me in regards working in the relationship with myself. Beautiful cards. And she says, yes, yes, yes. My eyes get watery.
Oh,
Oh. So yeah, beautiful card, Nancy. Protect your divine empathy, Astrid, because she was sharing that this other person in the relationship was too emotional, too this, too, and
mm,
it's just like you need to be yourself, you
yes.
know. That's the most important thing. Um, oh, and everybody's sending you love. This is what I love about our chatters
Mhm.
and my chat and our chats. You know, it's a safe space. Don't let them bring your spirit down. Nope. Beautiful. All righty. And let me just, and we have Rossi. Let's
Okay.
see. Well, I'm going right for the goddess deck, Rossi. If I can find where it is. There you are.
Why don't you make me small again, Heather?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know sometimes that happens to me, and I'll see my name be like typing in the chat. My name's still up there. Or can you make me small? So Rosanna. Rosanna, Rosanna. Never thought that a girl like you could ever feel for me. Rosanna. Sorry, this is me and my music. I can't help it. That's what we were doing last night. We were all breaking out into song. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Wow. So, Rosanna. Oop, let me just move it over. So, I was going to do other cards, but these other cards want to come out from the same deck. So, we got some really powerful goddesses here. We got Branwen, and she is the goddess of forgiveness. Um, as I'm looking at these other cards, I'm getting this feeling that, and let's face it, a lot of us in here are mostly women, except for Shazad and for Jeff that pops in, and sometimes Earl, but even them experience this as well. Um, Especially in whatever, if we're raised in a patriarchal religion, we're really raised with the concept of guilt and shame and, always needing to be, especially women, you need to be this, you need to be that all the time for this person and fam. And so it's like we're told that we can't be selfish for ourselves. And, if we don't do certain things, we have this guilt and we have this shame. And so the first card here, and this is a beautiful message too for the collective, is Branwen. And I'm getting forgiveness. So forgiving yourself for, whatever you may feel that mistakes you have made in the past. When we let go of that guilt, that makes it very hard for people to make us feel less about ourselves. This is something that I've learned from Sloan Bella on her channel, is that when we allow people to make us feel ashamed for something that we did or what we might have to do to survive or things in our past, and then try to hold that over our heads and make us feel ashamed about it and guilty and then be able to control us with that. This is all about, letting go, forgiveness, um, taking back your power, letting go of those past mistakes, whoever you need to forgive, but mostly forgiving for ourselves. Because then the next goddess I got Lilith, and Lilith is all about independence. And so Lilith was that one that would not lay for Adam. She would lay for no man. And she was very independent. She wanted her independence. She wanted to have control. She wanted sovereignty over her own body and her own self. And this is a beautiful card of taking back our sovereign power, taking back our independence, thinking independently for ourselves, feeling independently for ourselves, making our decisions independently for ourselves. And when we do that, you ready, Roseanne? I love these. I got Spider Woman. co-creation. So you're tapping into Spider Woman energy, creating that beautiful web. You are co-creating with spirit. You are letting go of the past. You're allowing the past to work with the present and what you want to do moving forward, and creating this beautiful web of co-creation with Spider Woman, with your higher self, with the universe, with your guides, taking back your power and co-creating the life that you want and who you want to be. Wow. I'll give it over to Nancy. I gotta go get a tissue.
Rossi, I have three cards for you. The first one is Hecate, and I pulled out a dragon card for you, and it's Hecate and Galashlu. And I don't know if you can see this picture because I'm kind of small here, but she's riding. Hecate is riding the back of this dragon, and it says, "Only a rebellious mind is sufficiently agile and flexible to grasp magic in its entirety. Have the courage to rebel every once in a while." And I also pulled the card of wisdom for you. And if you can see her heart and how beautiful her heart is. And I think this melds with the next card, which is the card of strength for you, Rossi. And it shows this woman,
Oh shit.
and she has got it looks like a lioness rather than a male lion.
I'm sorry, Nancy.
That's okay.
I forgot to put you, honey.
Next
My nose was
turn.
running so bad.
And it says, know your strength. And I think that a wise woman, you're a wise woman and you know your strength. And you need to rebel every once in a while. That's a good thing. That's a positive thing. That's not a rebel with cause.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I hadn't put you on the big
That's all
screen.
right.
I'm so sorry. But I was reading and my nose started. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get 100 before I think people want to see that. So you got to share all your cards up on the big screen before I put you down. Okay. All righty. So that was the only two readings that we had. So if anybody else would like a card, please let us know. Or, Nancy and I can go ahead and just pull random cards too. And we just go with the flow here.
Oh, yes.
And
That's
Michelle had to go.
yes. She
Time
has
to take out Rosie
out
for a little walk.
Yeah.
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 And Rosanna says, thank you for the great messages. And she's watching on her TV. Wow.
Oh.
And Fatima would like a card. So Fatima, okay, and Shazad, okay. I don't have my Mary deck with me, but I'm going to pull you from the heart, the healing heart, because of Mother Mary's Immaculate Heart. Hey, Beth. Late to the party, but you're here. It's good to see you. Driving, another person driving and watching. Eyes on the road. Oh, knowing heart. Need your intuition. So I'm going to. Oh, where is that one deck when you need it? Hmm. Okay. I'm going to go, Nancy, unless you're ready, hon.
Yes, no, you go ahead.
Okay. Okay, Fatima. Hey, TK. Thanks for the hugs. Thanks for stopping by. So I ended up pulling an extra couple cards, Fatima. But the first one I have from the Healing Heart Oracle is the Knowing Heart, and it's all about heeding your intuition. And I love this card. It's like she's coming out of the ground, she's coming out of the dust, she's taking form, she's listening to what her heart is leading her out. It's pulling her up. And it's also, for me, this feels also like horse energy, a movement, a flow of tapping into your inner power. And love how it says, "Ooh, the sun's starting to come in," and the full moon, behind her. So connecting, allowing your heart and your intuition to draw you up, lift you off your feet, and bring you in motion. Because you're moving forward. It says heeding your intuition. And so okay, so what else message goes with this? I got the deceit card. And so it feels like intuitively, the deception that's going on, the deceit. I have the crow for you also, and the crow is about tapping into spirit world through your guides, through um your your prayers, um your again your intuition. But the crows are about mystery, helping us see through the dark, to see the so this crow is actually helping you see through the deceit. um it's telling you to tap into your higher self. It's telling you to tap into your power. The crows are about mystery, they're about magic, they're messengers from the other side. So listening to your intuition, hearing your guides from the other side coming you, giving you message. There is a deception, it's there. When you overcome it, and Nancy, this card came up. I
Oh,
was telling Nancy, this is my one of my favorite cards from this deck. It's the beauty way. And when you listen to your intuition and step away and walk from all the deception and the deceit, and you listen to your intuition, you listen to your inner feminine mysteries, light blossoms up. You have that beautiful dragonfly, which moves you through the different dimensions of illusion, and it connects you to the dream time and your vision. So it's like, at the same time, trust your intuition, and your guides are around you, reminding you to do that, and that you already know that you are doing that. And just, again, being mindful of the deception that's around you, but knowing that your animal totems, your higher power, your guides are all there, again, and including your intuition, drawing you forth and protecting you, and putting that boundary around you. And that's what I have. I'll give it over to Nancy.
Fatima, I got three very powerful cards for you. The first card, is the card of ascension. And I want you to look
Ooh.
at the light in this card. Um, you are a light, Fatima. I know that you are a light in our tarot community. Every time you come into a chat room, things brighten up. You're passing blessings around to everyone, and everyone receives them, and feels so special. But on your path, you are ascending. You're on an upward path. And the second card that popped out, they both popped out at the same time, and I took both of them. They're from the same deck. Is the card of believing, belief. And look at the sun again.
I love the artwork in that deck.
Isn't it absolutely glorious? And this is a card of faith and trust and acceptance. And I know that you have a very deep faith and that you trust spirit. And I am hoping that you accept yourself fully and that you love yourself deeply. Because the third card is in many ways opposite. Look, I want you to look at this card. This card is the card of letting go, emotional release. And we've got the moon in this card, and you see the water. It's filled with emotion. And look at her. She is resting on these waves, and she is holding the world within her. And you see the people all around the world there? And I take this to mean that at this time she is sleeping. This is you. And you are receiving messages from your spirit guides and angels. And you're just resting in it. And the moon is illuminating your dreams. And to me, this is such a well-rounded reading because you have the sun and you have, I always have trouble, but you have the sun and you have the moon. And I just love that for you, Fatima.
I want to point something out too. I don't know if you remember. I think you might have been with me, Fatima, when I don't know if it was you and I reading for her, but Fatima had said in the chat one day that she feels like her purpose is to pray for peace for the people of the world to be healed and to love one another. And there's the world with the people in her
there
arms.
You go.
So she's sleeping. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, this to me, having heard Heather say that is, I mean, this is an affirmation for your purpose here. One of your purposes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Nancy, even Allison said she liked that's a cool deck. Those first two cards that you pulled up. From what deck is that?
Oh, that's the Mermaid's Purse.
Really?
Yes, and it is by Olivia Rose, and she did this tarot deck that you can get on Amazon. It's I think it's U.S. Games. Her original
Beautiful.
oracle is it was a Kickstarter and it's sold out. You can't find it anywhere. She is then she did the Mermaid's Purse herself. I was looking for the box.
I'm not big on mermaids with the but that artwork is just the colors are just striking.
So beautiful. But I ordered this from her Etsy shop, and she lives in the UK, so it was kind of expensive with the postage, but I think it's worth every penny because it just, I don't know, it inspires me every time I use it. And the cards are just amazing.
Yeah, like that's been on my radar.
Look at this. We're all on a journey.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
And it's not the typical mermaid kind of like deck. I like how it's got her touch to it.
And she uses Heather. She uses alcohol pens,
okay,
gold pens, and tea stain.
Very cool.
That's what she creates with her medium.
And Allison isn't necessarily impressed with a lot of decks, but even she says that's gorgeous. So everybody gets the thumbs up from Allison. And Fatima says, yes, I have had a vision of her wanting to help heal the world. And she said in her vision, Jesus was offering rose petals and Saint Michael spoke to her. So beautiful vision, Fatima. Very, very beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that, Fatima.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, Fatima.
Goosebumps.
Yes.
And our last read, unless somebody else would like a Divine Feminine reading, we have Shazad. He would like one.
Okay.
So, I didn't even think about it. My hand just went right for a deck. So I'm like, okay, I am going to go for that deck. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Hey, Jay, you're still here. Jay, would you like a card? Seeing that you're still here, and Beth, I haven't pulled for you in a long time. But Nancy and I know we'd be happy to. Okay, there's a message coming out today. Okay, so she said, right now I got complicated. It seems like something with your life seems very complicated to you. Um, it just feels like you have a lot on your plate. Kind of trying to figure out which way to go. Because life is really so complicated these days. Sometimes we make more of it, more than it needs to be, but yet we have so much more coming at us these days than we did in earlier years. But your other card coming up is beauty, finding the beauty within yourself, in people around you, um, with little things every day. Um, Maybe keeping something like a gratitude journal or just being grateful. Oh, that was weird. You morphed in and then you morphed back up and then you came back in again. I thought I lost you. That was interesting, Nancy. So, um, so the beauty, Shazan, being able to see the beauty within yourself, within the world around you, and the people that you love and care about, the earth, the animals. Life is complicated, but when we find our center, that beautiful yellow light, our solar plexus, where we stand in our power, when we use that power and try to see as much as we can with the beauty of that rose, which is a divine feminine as well. Um, Let that blossom, let that bloom within your heart. Um, have hope, and there's the full moon. So continue to have, when you see the beauty, you have the hope. And so I wanted to pull a card from the Healing Heart Oracle. And again, I got the Hungry Heart. And I think this is going to be a really strong collective message for everybody. Awakening again the true son of your heart. What makes you happy? What makes your heart come to life? Those elements of not just, male and female, thinking of it in flesh and bone, but the energy, the proactive with the receptive, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, bringing all those elements together and learning how to connect and see the beauty around you and in people and within yourself. And then I just want to look at the bottom of the deck and I got rebellious heart. Think for yourself. So dance, do your dance, dance from your heart. Don't care what anybody else says, around you. Keeping that beauty in your eyes, kind of like the rose colored glasses kind of concept of trying to see and feel and experience the world in yourself with as much love and compassion as you can. And that helps open up the heart. And when you do that and your light shines like her light shining as she's dancing and releasing, that draws more people to you that are like that and shows them that there is beauty to be seen in the world. And I'm going to end there and give you over to Nancy.
Shazad, I wasn't sure why I went to this particular deck because I've never used it before, but I had it out here. And then Heather's first card, I understood why. This is celebrating simplicity. And it says, I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain.
Wow.
And the second card that I got for you is Lady Rowena and Spencer. This is another, I wanted to bring some dragon energy into your reading. It says, the quality of divine mercy will expand your maturing consciousness. Sympathy will be transformed and mercy will awaken. And that is a very powerful card, because on the back of it is the card of energy. And this is your potential energy. I want you to look at the light in this card and the energy that is coming from you.
Just great. Mm-hmm.
And you need to embrace this, because something is going on with you spiritually, something very powerful and something very big. And you need to tap into this because you have your angels and guides want desperately to help you, but you have to go to your guides. You have to contact them. You have to let them know that you are open to their messages, and they can give you insight. They can help you just beyond belief. So this is a very important step for you, Shazad, and I'm very excited for you because there is such potential here for you, and you just have to embrace it.
Thank you, Nancy. He says, yeah, he's having problems at home. He says it's very unfortunate, but he is
Yes.
praying and meditating daily. So,
Well, that's
keeping
how,
that.
yeah. And you might, before you go to sleep at night, you might petition your angels and guides to speak to you as you sleep, and that for you to awake and to have those messages in your heart.
It's beautiful. He said, sure. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. We all
yes,
have families and situations in our household that, what, you want to come up? Okay.
Oh, am I going to get to see those beautiful green eyes?
Oh my God, he's dancing. So, but yeah, we all have stuff that we're dealing with, and it's so hard, and we're all together in this together.
Oh, he is so gorgeous.
So, yeah. He says, don't take me off the table, Mom. But we don't want you to do what you did Friday night. That was not nice. Stuck his whole butt right into the camera. And he says, I am humbled. And he says, I will. Yeah. So you can just do what you can.
Yes.
That's we don't want to add to the complication and the stress. Just maintaining.
Just be open to it. Just be open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So, well, thank you for letting us read for you, Shazad, and for everybody.
Yes.
And a lot of that same message of just, radiating, like you were saying, because I had that card where she's just coming up and she's just radiating all that light from her and energy. And then you have that beautiful
power. So much power.
Yep. I didn't get requests from anybody else for a card. And we are at 6:00. Everybody, thank you for being here. Nancy, what you got coming up this week? Any collabs?
Yes. Friday. No, let me see if it's Friday or Saturday. Let me just look real quick. I'm going to be on with Ginger Faye and Farah from Faraway Astrology.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing readings. Let me see here just a minute.
Turn around. Turn around.
On Saturday the 30th. I think I haven't written down the time. I think it's at 7:00.
That is weird.
But I'll put a tab up on my channel.
Are you muted?
No?
I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Let me click on you. Stop. Stop. There. Can we hear you? No.
Now I wasn't muted
Oh,
before.
I'm not.
Oh, now I can't hear you. Can anybody hear me?
I can't hear you. Hold on a second, honey. So let me go out. Be right back. Wait a minute. Okay. Can you hear me now? No,
I
I
can
can't
hear
hear
you.
you. Let me come out.
Can anybody hear me? Anybody in the chat? Oh, good. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is because I could hear Heather and
There we go. Now I can hear you again.
okay,
Something
everybody
happened.
says they can hear both of us. So
That was
I
weird.
don't
I
know
could
if
not
that's
hear you on my end.
that was strange.
Did you do something?
And you did leave me all alone.
Well, I had to go out and come back in. So
Oh.
to fix that. So
Oh.
that
Oh,
was so weird because when we were doing that one read, it came in and out. That was just really,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the energy. So okay,
Yeah.
you were with Ginger, Faye, and Farah this week.
Yes. Yes.
And I know Ginger just went live, so she's off this week because of school. So lots of collabs with Ginger.
Yes.
And is that the only one? Do you have another one coming
A little further out, I do.
up? Okay.
But yeah, on the 4th, I'm going to do a collab with Sylvia from Colorful Foresight. I'm really
Very nice.
to that. We're going to be talking about our spirit guides.
Nice. I like that. Tomorrow at 1:00, I am with Jackie's Crystal Moon and Spiritual Rain for Tarot Tuesday Talks, and we're going to be discussing spreads, tarot spreads. And then Wednesday, Jackie and I are back for our investigative tarot. She wasn't feeling too well last week, so we took a week off. And Allison will be joining us for that investigation. And also tomorrow night at 7 p.m., Ivana Intuitive is coming back. We haven't read together in about 3 or 4 months or so.
Wonderful.
Because she's been exploring classes and doing her own shows and things. So it'll be nice to be reunited again with Ivana. We always have so much fun together. And Friday, Allison. And I think that's what I have for now this week until we know what's going on in April. So, yes, it is a lovely lineup.
Yes.
And she says, we can hear you. We pop back on just in time to see the cat. Oh, yeah. He says, but if I don't do that, Mom, I'm going to let everybody down. You wouldn't let me down. But yes, Rossi, thank you. Hit that like and subscribe. Yes, Lynn, blessings to all. And again, thank you, Nancy, for another wonderful evening.
Oh, I had a good time.
We will likely see everybody again next Monday. I'm trying to stick to my main shows, in the evening, till we see what's what. And we will see you. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you in one of our next shows or chat.